is a lie. It's just energy transfer. Death is a lie. It's just energy transfer. 'Cause we're all alive. It's just energy transfer. We're all alive. In this moment in time, it's just energy transfer. Reach in your mind. It's all energy transfer. It's all alive. We're all alive.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Mind, Body, and Monk. And today we have Kayla from Elevated Cold Pressed Juices. Kayla, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited because I have so many questions about juices and juicing and everything that you have in general, just because, you know, looking at just your Instagram alone, I see so many things and I'm just kind of like, yes, give me this. But let's start all the way from the beginning though. Like what got you into juicing? What got you started into this process?
So I started juicing, first of all, I started juicing back in 2019. And at that time, my boyfriend and I were trying to have a baby, and we were trying for about a little over a year, I believe. And it just wasn't happening. So at that time, I'm like, okay, what is going on with my body? And then I started setting up doctor's appointments, and I started to talk with them about, us having a baby. And then even prior to us planning to have a baby, I've kind of always had like health issues. I was never diagnosed with PCOS, which stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, which basically is a hormonal disorder for women. And that causes things like acne, irregular cycles, and, hormone imbalances and things like that. Things that are...
Is that like cysts on your ovaries or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, so I was going through that as well. They found like cysts on my ovaries. And at that time, I was kind of naive to it. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that means. I didn't really take it seriously until it was time for me to try to have a baby. So then at that time, everything clicked in and I'm like, okay, maybe that's what that was. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not able to have a baby. So they never actually diagnosed me with it. But I knew that's what I had because everything that was on the list, as far as being diagnosed with PCOS, I had that. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is what I have. And I'm pretty sure this is what's preventing me from getting pregnant. So the doctor, they would just prescribe me things like birth control and different type of medications that just wasn't doing anything for me. So I eventually just took matters into my own hands. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try and see if I can try to heal myself. And at that time, I was weighing at about 220 pounds and I was wanting to lose weight as well. So I started off doing the keto diet for about a month. I didn't really like the keto diet. I just felt like I was eating too much meat. And then after that, I got into the plant-based diet. So I cut out all meat, all dairy, processed foods, and I was just mainly eating fruits and vegetables. And then I was just on YouTube looking one day, and I think I ran across Fully Raw Christina's YouTube channel, and she kind of sucked me into wanting to do juicing. So I went on ahead and I bought my juicer, and that's when everything kind of took off. I started to do a juice fast, and I was drinking my fruit and vegetable juices every day. I just stayed on track, and then now I'm currently 8 months pregnant as of today. So
woo, there you go. 8 months pregnant. Do you know the boy or girl?
It's a boy. His name is Aries.
Aries,
yes.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Excited.
So you felt, obviously the change of diet turned your body, completely changed the chemical structures of what was going on with your body and allowed you to have a child. That's insane.
Yes.
Where I think like some people might have either have given up and looked into things like adoption and whatnot, and or, looked into pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. Like, you chose the route of, let me get more natural, and,
Yeah.
and let me find something that works for you. That's so amazing. That's a beautiful story, actually.
Thank you.
I was
Thank you
not
so
expecting
much.
that. You just like mind blown. Um,
Yes, yes.
so in saying that, like, uh, I've noticed. Well, I guess we'll start with that. What made you want to make it into like a business, or what made you want to start selling it?
Well, once I seen what it was able to do for my body, then I'm like, I can help other people out. Like at that time, before I got pregnant, I joined all these different Facebook groups about infertility and women going through PCOS and trying to conceive while having PCOS. So once I was able to conquer my own obstacles, I'm like, okay, this works for me. There's other women out there that I can help. And I was just really wanting to help other people and show other people that there's another way to do things. You don't have to go through IVF. You don't have to take all these other medications that causes symptoms somewhere else in your body, that it may just mess up your body. I don't know. But I was just really wanting to help other people out. So I wasn't in it to make money or to be popular or, to put my name out there. I really just wanted to help other people out and just give people healthier alternatives, instead of just taking medication and then just totally giving up thinking that, okay, I have to deal with all these diseases and illnesses, and you don't have to. I was able to heal myself and reverse some of the things that I had going on. And I felt like that I could possibly help other people out, with telling my story and offering them better, healthier options. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like, I feel so aligned right now because it's nice to talk to you. It's really refreshing.
Thank you.
Because I myself was going through a lot of health issues in my life, skin issues, all types of stuff.
Yes.
And I changed my diet through time, and it completely like changed my entire body, the way it works. I feel way better as a human being altogether, healthier, smarter, faster. I'm in my 30s. I feel like I'm back in my teens as far as like the way my joints and everything work and everything. All that stuff just started being a lot more mindful of what I was putting in my body, turned to a plant-based diet, and so on and so forth. So it's just so nice to hear somebody talk about this same thing working for you, especially on a completely different level than mine. And then 8 months in, you're glowing right now.
Thank you.
I just got a light on you, everything. It's just looking great. So I got some questions though, because like I noticed that you have like options for skin, weight, digestion, energy, and detox, and you have different flavors, different names. So like, I guess let's start with the skin option as far as your juice goes. Like,
Okay.
what is your skin option? What that do you put in that actually helps the skin kind of rejuvenate and bring life to your skin?
So the juice that you're probably speaking on is a juice that's called Luminous, and that consists of cucumber and lime. And I don't know all of these science behind everything. These are just things that I've kind of experienced that worked for me. But cucumber is really great for acne or like eczema or like any kind of skin disorders that you have. And I always tell people, as long as you are following up with a proper diet and you're eliminating the main cause, then these juices are able to help assist you with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So the cucumbers inside of the juice is definitely the main ingredient that helps with acne, hormonal acne, any type of skin disorders like I just mentioned. So it's definitely the cucumber is the main ingredient in that juice for skin.
Yeah, and both. You said lime and cucumber, correct?
Yes, and I add lime in it. I feel like lime and lemon is kind of like salt and pepper for juices. So like you got to add
Yeah,
either like a lime or lemon in it.
for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But the lime also is good for skin as well too. It brings that life out of your skin. They say like add a lime or a lemon to your water, and it'll kind of bring that color and that body to your skin. Instead of being, I'm pale over here, so I could probably use some right now. But yeah, that lime's also good too for your skin. And then obviously, like you said, the cucumbers, there's just so much water inside of a cucumber, that it comes back
Yes.
through your system and works through your system so beautifully. And instead of like, putting things like sodas or any of that into our system that ends up coming through our pores, and having an effect on that, putting
Yes.
like cucumbers or any kind of fruit like that or vegetable like that, through our system, it's going to make that much of a difference. So that's beautiful. I noticed
Definitely.
one that caught my eye. It's the energy one, the pineapple and orange, the ocean,
Oh,
the,
shoot.
yeah, ocean. That I'm definitely interested in.
Yes.
Number one, I think the one thing that I do get caught up on is like energies, whether it's coffee or tea or even energy drinks. So something that's more natural, you have pineapple and orange in that one I see, that could like just wake me up, be that kind of that wake up juice would be beautiful. And I know like already, both pineapple and orange, they do give you that you take a drink of orange or pineapple both, and it kind of like you can feel it refresh your body.
Yeah, it's just refreshing. It just wakes you up. Like it's just something really good to have in the morning to get your day started. So that's one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones on the menu.
Do you have a favorite one or one that you usually like, that's your everyday, all day kind of one?
My favorite one on the menu, actually, it would. So I changed my menu. It was the grapefruit and orange, but that one wasn't really selling that well. Grapefruit is my favorite fruit, so I took that one off the menu. But as far as the new menu that I have, it would have to be the pineapple and orange juice. I don't know what it is. Well, orange juice is just my favorite juice anyway, and then pineapple just makes it a little bit more sweeter. So as far as taste, that's definitely my favorite one. And then I don't know, it just kind of gives me that extra energy whenever I need it. So definitely the ocean is definitely my favorite drink on the menu. My boyfriend loves the charge. That's his favorite one.
And what's in that one?
That one is cucumber, pear, ginger, lemon, and did I already say pear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that's it. That's his favorite one. I used to use pineapple, but I just kind of switched things up on this new menu. So he likes green juices. So I guess he really likes the taste of that one. So that's his favorite one.
With the ginger in there too. I know ginger usually likes to take over for taste and everything. I bet that one's really good too.
Yeah, ginger can be very strong, but I balance it out, because if you put too much ginger in there, then you won't taste anything else in the juice. So I make sure that I balance everything out so you can taste everything, and it's not like one thing in the juice that you taste more than the other. So yeah, that's a really good juice.
Love that. One thing, I've noticed so many things just the amount of time that I look at your stuff, but like the one thing that like I love about your juices is just like you looking at them that you want them, the colors are so vibrant in each one, the greens, the dark, I don't even know what it would be, like purplish red, all the natural colors that come out of just these juices is just so beautiful, gives so much light, and I feel like in a sense like sells it right there. You know how like in fast food commercials, they have to put all this fake stuff to make the burger look good,
Yes.
like yours just looks good how it is, you know what I mean?
Thank
Like
you.
you gotta do nothing special to it. And I love your logo, the sticker that you put on the bottles too.
Oh, thank you.
The design's beautiful on that. I really like that.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about the nut milks, the nut based milks.
Yes. People
And
sleep on those. Those are so good.
right,
People are so scared of nut milks, and I don't know why. Everybody's like, I don't know about nut milk. I'm like, it tastes way better than cow's milk. You're not even
sweeter
supposed to be drinking
too.
cow's milk.
Yeah, it's like naturally sweeter too,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
better to cook with. I mean, we could go for days,
I
better to
know.
cook with, sweeter, better for you, pretty easy to make, so many different things. I love how, is there a reason why you spell milk the way you do, or is that just like, I'm gonna do my own thing?
Well, that too. I kind of wanted to do my own thing, and I wanted to be a little bit more creative. And I just didn't want there to be any kind of confusion if I spelled it MILK. So I wanted to use the Y instead of the I. So that's why I spelled it the way that I did it. I just didn't want there to be any kind of confusion. I didn't want people to think that, people get to thinking all kinds of things. They'll think that I've added nuts to regular cow's milk. So I just wanted to just kind of change it up and do my own thing with it.
Love it. And then you have dates on there. I've never had like date milk. Like
So I add the dates to the milk to sweeten it up naturally, because I don't add any sugars. I don't add any sugar at all. So the dates just naturally sweeten it up. And it's not like, it's not where it's so sweet where you can't drink it. It's a very subtle sweet. It's like, it's a little sweet, but it's not like too sweet. It's just very, very subtle. It just gives it a nice flavor. So
yeah, I should have known that. I don't know why I wasn't thinking, because I made rice milk not too long ago, and I had the option. I was thinking like, I should add the dates in there, or like the cocoa in there to add a little bit of sweetness to it. I added like vanilla, and that was pretty good. But I think the date, I might try that actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Have you tried rice milk? Have you tried to make rice milk? It's super, super easy.
I've never tried to make rice milk, but now that you mentioned it, I wouldn't mind giving it a try. I feel like it would be really good. What kind of rice do you use?
You can use really any type of rice, like long grain, white rice, or brown rice. But really, yeah, I mean, like you make it, and then you just, shift all the mess out of it once you blend it and everything, and get it as smooth as you want it, I mean, it's all gonna drain to the bottom anyways, eventually. But like, it's really good. It's really light, really light milk, and it took me maybe like 20-30 minutes to do the whole process. So it was.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and then added vanilla, and I think that's it. I think I just added vanilla, but I was thinking about adding a date or something else. I can't remember, but yeah, it makes it so much sweeter. I mean, it stands up to almond and coconut milk, I think.
I have to give that a try. I just tried oat milk, and that I like oat milk. That was really good. I like it better than all of the other nut milk. So that I was surprised by the oat milk.
You know what? I didn't know that was a thing. Now you just like blew my mind once again, because it's like oat milk. Like,
I know
that's got to be amazing.
It's good. It's really good. It got a lot of flavor to it.
I bet it does. Like, okay, so let's start selling people on this milk then. People sleeping on the milk. What's the difference between cow's milk and nut-based milk?
So cow's milk is for baby cows. It is not for humans. And the problem with cow's milk is that, they say, oh, it's a lot of calcium in it, which is true. But you get the calcium along with all the other bad stuff that comes with it, like pus and cow blood. And especially for women, dairy women have got to stay away from, they should. I don't want to force it on anybody, but they should stay away from the dairy. It comes with a ton of hormones in it. And nut milk is just something that's natural. Nut milk has a lot of potassium in it, a lot of minerals and things that our body needs, especially for women that that breastfeed, or if they want to transition their babies onto milk. So nut milk is really good for that. It's good for brain development. It's good for hormonal balance as well. There's so many different nuts out there that you can try that have a different taste in it. I've made Brazilian nuts, macadamia nuts, cashew nuts, walnuts. There's so many different nuts out there that have different benefits. And nut milks just have just the minerals that our body needs and our body recognizes. Cow milk is for the baby cows. It helps with baby cows developing, not with human development. So that's the difference.
I mean, just alone, so many people, can't even drink cow's milk without having stomach aches, or, just drinking, being lactose intolerant in general. That's something that humans had to grow into and evolve into, and we still haven't yet, as long as we've been doing drinking cow's milk and dairy.
Yes.
So to me, that goes to show, I don't know, I'm a big type of person that's like, you know what? I'm going to listen to how my body feels after I eat or drink something. And that's how I'm going to make my decision,
Yes.
And milk was definitely one of those things. I grew up as a 2% milk person through and through. I would drink it like nothing, right? My mom would
Yeah.
buy 4 gallons and it'd be gone within like a couple days kind of thing. And, you know, I suffer with acne. I suffer with, you know, bad joint pain and arthritis and all kinds of stuff as a kid because I was into sports and I was a musician as well. So I was just moving all the time. And it wasn't until like I broke off of that and meat as well, but it wasn't until I broke off of milk that like my face started clearing up, you know. I stopped having so much pain. I could drink almond milk, which is one of my favorites, and not have a stomach ache afterwards, you know.
Right.
Things like that, you know, and not to mention like for people that kind of think, you know, healthy foods are more expensive. Look at the milk prices. Now, it depends on where you go. You know, it depends on where you go. But you can go, I think, you know, for people that go to Walmart or something, you can get almond milk for like $1.35, you know, compared to the cow's milk being, you know, $2, $3 or something like that.
Yeah. I almost feel like it's it can be an excuse for people not wanting to try healthier alternatives. I mean, that's just my opinion, because that's the first thing that you normally do here is that, oh, it's so expensive, which I mean, it can be. And then you don't have, it doesn't have to be expensive. You can make your own milks that is way cheaper opposed to going to the store and multiple times a week if you have a large family to buy cow's milk. So there's definitely different ways that you can get around paying the extra dollar for. You just have to put that extra time in maybe to save you a few dollars. But I definitely feel like there's a way you can get around it, because people tend to say, oh, it's more expensive, and then that may not even be the case. That could just be an excuse that some people make because they just may not be ready to try something else, you know. And then a lot of things, or to kind of touch back on what you said about having acne and whatnot, especially at those teenage years, a lot of times we think those things are normal. And when you drink milk causes things like eczema and acne. And, you know, when you hit a certain age, then it's like, okay, well, you know, they're just a teenager. They're going through all of that. That's normal. And your body is telling you, hey, I got this bump because I have a dirty colon, or I got this bump because I have a hormonal imbalance, or I have these rashes going on because my body's not liking this milk. So you definitely have to pay attention to your body, because those are just symptoms of what's really going on inside.
Boom, hitting it on the spot. So y'all, for people that are listening, if you guys are interested in nut milks, or even interested in local, you know, locally made, you know, elevated cold pressed juices, elevated juices is your spot, and Kayla is your person to go to right here, right now. So I mean, I'm still loaded with so many questions. I saw that you had capsules. You're selling capsules as well, and turmeric capsules. So can you explain on like the properties of turmeric and like what they do for the body and how they are healthy for the body, how turmeric is healthy for you?
Yes, so turmeric is good for inflammation. Sorry, they dropped down the street. But turmeric is good for things like inflammation, or if you need to boost the immune system. There's a specific substance in turmeric, and I never know how to say it right, but I know it's like cumin, or I know it smells like CUMM, something like that. I just never know how to say it. But there's a specific substance. Yes, there's a specific substance in there that helps with things like inflammation and the immune system, that a lot of medication try to isolate that specific substance out of turmeric to help with whatever kind of sickness or disease that you have. And the problem with that is when you isolate that one substance from the whole plant, then it can create everything won't be balanced the way that it needs to be balanced. So if you have the turmeric, and there's other properties in turmeric that makes turmeric such a wonderful plant overall, and when you isolate that one substance out of there to fight, let's say, inflammation, or you're trying to boost your immune system, that may cause side effects in other places in your body because you're not consuming the whole plant that'll help balance that out, if that makes sense. But yeah, turmeric is definitely good for inflammation, and almost every disease starts with inflammation.
Mhm.
You have inflammation, you're making your body very, what's the word I'm looking for? You're making your body very open to all other diseases and illnesses when you have inflammation and a weak immune system. So that's why I sell those.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that from all like the Dr. Sebi lectures and everything, and just completely focusing on how to get rid of mucus.
Yes, it'll do it.
And that's another thing, dairy, more dairy you have, it's going to have more, you're going to have more mucus. I remember waking up with just like, your whole face being clogged up, no matter what time of year it is, where you're at, or anything like that. And changing your diet to non-dairy or anything, or adding more turmeric to your diet as well. Those are the things that are going to help with bringing that inflammation down, or the mucus in general, because mucus is the same. It's the same difference as what you're saying as far as inflammation goes. It's kind of like, that's how something's there.
Too much mucus, and that mucus membrane has been compromised, like Dr. Sebi said, and the mucus is going in different places where it shouldn't be, or it's a large amount of mucus, that's in the nervous system, or wherever it's going, that's causing these different diseases to coming within your body. So mucus, you definitely want to take turmeric to help fight that off.
So how many capsules would you take a day, or was it just like a one-time thing? Like what's the best time of day to take these capsules?
I would say the best time of day is to take it. I mean, you can really take it at any time of the day. If you want to take it in the morning just to get it over with, you can take one capsule and you'll be fine. And I really wanted to sell those, especially with COVID, with it being COVID, and this is a time we really should be strengthening our immune system. But there's no specific time of the day that you have to take it. I personally would probably take it more towards the morning time, just to give your body time to digest it, opposed to going to bed. So I guess that kind of answers your question. Maybe take it during the day, in the morning, so your body is able to digest it, so you're not going to sleep and taking it right before you go to sleep, while your body is still trying to digest it while you're trying to get rest. So
yeah. Just another thing that's natural for this world, for us, that just brings so much light, and takes us to our highest, healthiest levels. Turmeric in capsule form. Turmeric, as you can see, or like you go to the store, like you said, and you see in the seasoning aisle, you'll see cumin. You'll see turmeric, but I think I'm more than anything see cumin. But by that turmeric, you could throw it at really anything. But the capsules are really easy because you could take them on the go. You can, no matter where you are, you could throw them in, throw it down while you're out, say you're at a brunch or lunch or dinner or whatever the case may be. It's a more mobile option there. So I love that you sell the capsules as far as that goes. Now, explain to me what sea moss gel is and how to use it.
So sea moss gel is a sea plant, and like everybody says, which is true, it has 102, no, is it 99 minerals out of the 102 that we need? I just know that it has a lot of minerals, most of the minerals that our body needs. And you can take it, a lot of people ask me this all the time. You can take it almost in any way you want. I mean, if you want, you can take, but you don't want to eat it raw. You don't want to eat it in its raw form. You want to make sure that you soak it and you clean it and you let it sit for a few hours, to even sitting overnight. But you can have it in your smoothies. You can blend it in with your juices. You can add it into different recipes if you want to make some cakes or spaghetti or sauces, dips, whatever it is, guacamole. I've even added it to guacamole, just to kind of get it in for the day. But sea moss has potassium, iron, calcium, so many minerals. I can go on and on about it. And it's just that staple, it's that staple plant that everybody should have. And that's definitely one of those plants that helps remove mucus out of your body as well. So I definitely recommend everybody hold on to some sea moss, or take you some sea moss every day as much as you can. Or as often as you can. I wouldn't say, sit there and eat a whole jar every day or throughout the whole day, but just to have your daily dose of some sea moss. Sea moss is really, really good for you. It's good for the skin. You can use it as a topical. You can put it in your bath. You don't just have to eat it. There's been times where I've even put it on my face, let it sit as a face mask, and rinse it off. Like I said, you can put it in your bath water. So many ways. You can use it as a hair mask. So many ways you can use sea moss. And you don't have to dispose the water that you soaked your sea moss in. You can use that to water your plants as well. So it's really good for your plants too.
And so, I mean, us and plants, we're all the same thing at the end result. So that makes all the sense in the world. Sea moss. I mean, we superfoods in general. Sea moss is pretty much at the top of the pyramid for the superfoods.
Yes, it is.
It is one of the most important things that we can be putting into our bodies in this world. I believe, as far as well as ginger root and things like turmeric as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing that's just, anytime that you go through a process, whether it's a plant-based process, or you're diving into Dr. Sebi, or even older ancient, Greek and African beliefs on on diets, sea moss is always there. It's always there at the forefront.
It is, and I sell some to a girl that I met about every other week. She hasn't come to me in the past 2 weeks. I think she's been on vacation, but I will make it for her almost every week. And she now no longer has to take some of her medication because it helps with her iron. So she takes about a tablespoon of that a day, throws it in her smoothie. She may even take a little bit more than a tablespoon a day. And she no longer has to take her iron medication that was prescribed through her from her doctor. She just takes her sea moss, and it levels her out. She's all good. So sea moss is very beneficial.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, some of these pharmaceuticals, do harbor, things like turmeric and sea moss and so many other things, ginger, definitely, cinnamon, and all types of stuff like that. But they also, broken down, they have other things in it too that can lead to side effects, and not necessarily making pharmaceuticals an evil thing or a thing not to do. But right. It's almost like, why not go to the source? Why not get something that's pure? And something that you can do your own thing with, and be a little bit more flexible and even creative if you want to with. So once again, that's where elevated, cold pressed juices comes through for you.
Yes,
has everything that you need. I mean, at this point in time, you sound like a doctor.
Thank you.
You selling stuff that started helping you. And then you turned around and was like, well, shoot, this helping me. Let me help out all these other people. Let me help out my girls and all that stuff. So I love that about you. I love the fact that, it wasn't just something that you just kind of jumped into and was like, let me make money or whatever. It's something that is beneficial for everybody. And right. In turn, brings everybody not just to a physical healthy form, but obviously a healthier mental state is also.
Yes, that's one of the most important things as well, the mental state.
Right. And we know, if we're eating healthy, if we're feeling healthy, our mind's going to be on point. And all these things that we've talked about for the ingredients that are in your juices, as well as the turmeric, the sea moss, and even stuff that I'm about to jump into, they're all really good for your mind. They're going to make you there. You're going to be energized enough. With the pineapple and orange, that turmeric's going to bring you, and it's going to get down all the inflammation. The sea moss is going to pretty much take care of everything else for you. And that could just be all, in a breakfast.
Right.
It's not something that has to be so difficult or anything. And even the way that, especially the way that you're preparing it for people, it's in a juice, and you can even, if you wanted to, throw turmeric in one of those juices if you're feeling, a certain
Yeah.
way, and there you go. I'll have it all in one, really. One that we haven't talked about though is your elderberry syrup. Let's dive into that and what that does.
So elderberry is good for boosting the immune system as well. And it's like a cough syrup. It's like, instead of you going to the store and get Tylenol or all these other over-the-counter medication, you can take elderberry. So it's good for keeping the flu away, different type of colds that are out there, pneumonia. It'll help fight all of that stuff off. And when you add ginger and cinnamon and I think I'll just add ginger and cinnamon in mine. It just kind of gives it that extra boost in there. Cinnamon is just going to kind of speed up the healing process if you have a cold. And then ginger is just going to help give that extra boost as well. So elderberry is definitely one of those staple items that you want to have in your refrigerator, especially during these cold seasons, because it'll definitely help you get rid of that cold or whatever it is that you're fighting off. It'll definitely help get rid of that. So you got to be a little patient with it, but it'll help get rid of all your colds. It's great for kids to take as long as you don't add honey in it and they're under the age of 2. But elderberry is definitely a staple that you want to have in your refrigerator at all times, just in case you got to pull it out for an emergency.
Yeah, and that's something that I haven't necessarily dove as much into. So I would definitely be interested in that. I might even hit you up about grabbing some off you, because would love to dive into what you got to offer there as far as everything goes, really. But the elderberry, I mean, like you said, you can use it as a cough syrup. And the thing really, I think, to take into effect about the more natural stuff like what you offer is that, humans, especially today, we want an overnight fix, right?
Right.
But usually the overnight stuff is a short-term fix. It's not a long-term fix. And actually, a lot of the times it's not even it's only a fix for that minute, and then you have all these side effects going on.
Yes. That's what I don't like, the side effects that comes with taking certain medications, because if it's supposed to make me feel good, then why does it give me a headache in return, or why does it make me break out in return? So that's the thing that I don't like. So that's why I like to use things that are more natural, that's not going to give your body side effects or any other complications somewhere else. So elderberry is good for that.
Yeah, exactly. And like, even though it might not, 20 minutes later, you're feeling a difference, down the line, long term, it could be fighting off diseases. It could be fighting off cancers. It could be doing so many different things for your body that you're not even realizing. It's one of those situations that it's kind of like you're going to notice that it's something's going on when it's not there.
Right.
More than anything. But like I noticed, moving on to like a couple of your menus, which, by the way, whoever does your design, I don't know if you do it in-house or have somebody do it, they got your back, because I love your design all through and through, from your menus
I do
all
it
the way
myself.
You do your design yourself?
Yes, I do it myself.
Girl, you got it all. You got it
Thank
all.
you so much. Thank you.
Love that. No, I
You.
love the simplicity of your designs. And it's on point. It makes sense. The colors that you use, everything that you're doing with it, it all aligns with the energies and the vibe of the products that you're selling. So,
Yes.
look, I could take some pointers from you, because I do design as well for my art and this podcast and all that. So,
It's tedious, but I try to be patient. I just try to work with whatever vibe I'm feeling, but it's definitely tedious.
So you just all local, all in-house, getting this product out to help people. I mean, how do you not want to just buy off of you? You know what I mean? Like, everything seems to be for the right reason. And I love, like, I think it was one of the first menus that you have on your Instagram. It's sectioned out. You have the Charged, you have Celestial, you have the Grand Rising, Third Eye, Iron, Humble, and then what was it? Anti or
Anti.
Anti. Yeah. You have the Anti. I love how you section things off to keep it really simple and understanding for people that might be new to everything. even myself that has dove into this lifestyle for a good number of years. I get lost, and I'm a dude, so I'm stubborn as all get out. So I'd like to know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm getting into, and how that's going to help me, in that process. So I love the way that you put it out, because it makes it easy for people like me to really feel comfortable and
Right.
diving into something new.
Right. And I wanted to make it very simple and break it down. Because like you said, I mean, I get a lot of people that don't really know they're like, what, I mean, I know it's a juice, but like, what is it? And I just wanted it to be very simple and just straight to the point. Like, I don't know about you, but I hate when I go to certain restaurants and then you get overwhelmed by the menu sometimes because there's too many items, or, they don't break things down. So it's like, okay, where do I start? So I just wanted it to be simple, straight to the point, in your face, boom, this is what it is. And, you can pick whatever it is that you like that fits best for your needs. So I just wanted it to make sense to everybody in a way that they're able to understand.
I love that. And do you deliver to people, or do they pick it up from you, or how does that process work?
I'm currently doing pickup only. I was doing delivery, but with me being pregnant, I just feel like it'll be easier for me to just do pickup right now at the moment. So yeah, I'm just doing pickup right now.
Love it. And are you thinking about maybe like a website in the future? What are your future plans for Elevated Juices?
So my future plans, I did have a website, but it's down because I'm still working on it. You're doing everything by yourself. It takes some time. But my plan is I would love to start off as Soulard Farmers Market. I would like to do that on the weekend. But I would eventually like to partner up with Whole Foods at some point. And after that, I would eventually like to have my own juice bar, where I'm selling juices and capsules and immunity shots and different things within the area, or different things within the shop that people can have as a healthier alternative. So my ultimate goal is to have a juice bar, and I would like to have multiple locations. I would like to have one here, St. Louis, and eventually Los Angeles, because that's where I would love to reside. So that's my goal.
Manifesting right here,
Yes.
live on My Body Monk, manifesting
Yes.
this. I know you could do all of that, from the Soulard Market all the way to the multiple locations. I mean, just what you have right now, your product, your designs, everything that you do, and your energy that you put off, the reason why you're doing it. I mean, it's just all set for greatness, And I think the world is going to work for you in your best light. Not only are you doing this to help people, but it started out with you trying to figure out what's going on within your body, and the fact that you're still doing it now. You're putting these good products, this good vegetables, turmeric, elderberry, everything into your newborn child's system as well. So they're born with this kind of they grew this whole time with you having this kind of lifestyle. So it's you starting this one out great.
Yeah, I just want to break some of those generational curses that we have, especially within the African American family. There's just so many different things that's not so good for us, that was forced upon us. So I just ultimately wanted to break some of those curses and break those bad habits and introduce my son into things that are more healthier for him and things that'll pay off for him. So I'm very excited, with me being a new mom, a first-time mom, to just introduce him to things that are healthier for him, to just keep him thriving in this world. And I'm just so excited to show him what I've learned over the years that helped me. And I mean, me and my boyfriend both, we're excited to show him things that we've learned over these past few years. So we're excited. we're excited.
I'm excited for you. That's such a crazy story to me, that you were trying to have a child and you just changed your diet, and it ended up, you know, working out for you. And now you're 8 months through. You're almost, I mean, almost there, right?
Yeah, I'm
That's so
almost
exciting.
there.
That is
I'm
so
almost
exciting.
there.
So where are you based out of, like, and where can people find you on social media to where, you know, if they want your products, they can hit you up and get in contact with you?
I'm based out of South City, St. Louis, and they can contact me on Instagram at elevated_juices. And I'm working on my Facebook page. So right now I'm just kind of doing everything on Instagram. My website is not up just yet, but everybody can find me on Instagram at elevated_juices. So yeah, on
And
Instagram.
follow that page on Instagram for your Instagram users, because she does pop-up events as well. Whether it's you did one in Belleville, you've done some in Cherokee, you have some in Cherokee coming up. I'm sure they're just going to keep on coming through.
Yes.
So pay attention, because you can even go meet her in person, you know, talk to her a little bit more and buy some stuff off of her that way as well. We've been in a pandemic for the past year, right? We're just
Yes.
now coming out. It's beautiful to see spring being spring right now in St. Louis, and people starting to do some amazing stuff out here. So Kayla, I can't wait to see you in person, maybe coming to one of your pop-ups, or even, you know, drop by and pick up some products from your crib or something, whatever works. I can't wait to try one of these things. I thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you coming on this show today.
Thank you.
And no problem. And spreading your story, which is such a great story. For everybody watching, I appreciate you as well. This has been another fantastic episode of Mind, Body, and Monk. See you next time.
Bye.